Good morning, cadets, and welcome back to our control playthrough where I already took the elevator to investigations. And it's dark as... Oh, actually, there's the lights. The elevator lift kinda opened up slowly. And it's a big map. Cool. Let's see how
Hello?
long this
Anyone
one will
here?
take.
Guess not.
Okay, already see a collectible. So this would be this office here.
Seems a lot more crowded than the rest of the bureau.
Oh damn. Is this already like 3 collectibles? Okay, let's start, I guess. Darling investigation. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, internal investigation D-084-5 was launched into the ethical practices of Dr. Casper Darling, head of research. Despite the accounts of anonymous redacted regarding inhumane treatment of a redacted currently housed in the Bureau, our official findings regarding these were inconclusive. Numerous obstacles arose during this investigation. The majority of redacted sector personnel seemed to be wholly unaware of any such redacted contained there. One redacted confirmed the redacted's codename to be redacted, but all files pertaining to that name were inaccessible, being classified under the highest clearance level. Investigators were seemingly blocked from entering the redacted research wing to interview its staff. The matter was further complicated by the lack of clarity on whether non-human paranatural entities warrant humane treatment. While this investigation cannot address any charges against Dr. Darling, we do recommend an investigation into redacted research. Refer to file 9-82-0136 for a full report. I'm assuming dimensional research? I think they're talking about Polaris. Okay, next one. Casey inquiry. Mr. Dennis. A request came through recently from an FBI agent asking for all our files on Bright Falls, specifically on the disappearance of the author, Alan Wake. Per the interagency information exchange agreement, I had some paper pusher gather up a folder of all the pre-approved files. Don't worry, all the inappropriate material is either missing or redacted. But I'm writing to let you know that we received this request from a special agent named Alex Casey. Sounds familiar, right? That's because Alex Casey is the name of the fictional detective in those hard-boiled crime books Alan Wake wrote. Pretty interesting that an FBI agent sharing a name with the most famous character Wake wrote is looking into a case dealing with a writer's fiction coming true. I think this is worth looking into, but what's your opinion? Just give the word and I'll start surveillance on this guy. Special Investigator Gleason. Subject possibly lead on the Wake case. Interesting. Okay, so that office done. Let's see with this collectible here. Missing agents. Redacted 2017. Mr. Kirkland. Here are the latest agents confirmed missing, presumed dead from the containment breach yesterday. Agent Jonathan Connor, researcher Ezra Cruz, Agent Caroline Dempsey, Agent Lindsay Malcolm, Agent Charles Murray, Agent Derek Shah. Letters of condolences will be delivered to you to sign prior to sending them to their families. You will be updated as soon as additional confirmations are made. Also, per your request, a network engineer checked how many cases were backed up digitally. Unfortunately, a large number of active investigations were not archived yet, and the only hard copies of reports exist behind the fire break. They're lost, I'm afraid. Again, I'm curious if those names were developer's name. Right, looks like I can get up here as well. Another document. Keystone inspection. Mr. Kirkland, we stopped at Keystone on our way to the target AWE, like you asked. I'm sending my report directly to you to try and keep a lead on this Grumman/Morales desertion here issue. We didn't find any sign of them here. Given their records, it is possible they switched teams, like you suspected, but I don't think that's the case. An event definitely occurred here in Keystone, and I think Grumman and Morales got caught up in it. The entire population has vanished into thin air. Reminds me of the Ordinary case, but that was just the adults, if I'm remembering the file correctly. This is different. I think our guys are casualties, not traitors. If it was an AWE, it seems to be over. We walked through the whole town, and the only strange thing we noticed were markings on various buildings. 2 overlapping circles with a dot in the shared space. Could be unrelated. I'll show you the pictures when I get back. In the meantime, you should send a team out here to cordon this place off and maybe gets the comms guy working on cover story. Sincerely, Agent Keenum. Okay, what's up here? So I need to get way over there. Now I have Bureau Alert in the Foundation. It's fine. Ethics. No, not that one. Okay. Ethics investigations. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, internal investigation P-142-9 was launched into the legality of the Prime Candidate Program redacted by the Federal Bureau of Control. Since all known subjects relevant to the investigation used executive privilege to decline interviews, very little first-hand information was gathered. However, anonymous sources and documentation declassified by Mr. Kirkland both paint an alarmingly clear picture of systematic redacted and redacted. Redacted were brought into the oldest house and placed under redacted examination and testing with the aim of appointing one as director upon maturity. This program has produced no successful cases and only resulted in traumatic redacted of preternaturally inclined redacted. Not only is this in breach of the ASH Act, but it flies in the face of basic human redacted. This investigation team unequivocally redacted the Prime Candidate Program and recommends that it be redacted immediately. Refer to file 9-82-0136 for full report. Right, so you selected me the mission. I don't need it. Okay. Again, more information regarding Dylan and probably other keys as well. Looks like I do need to throw some power cores here. Tractor procedures. Borrowed tractor, altered item 82. Item is not in Bureau custody. None known. A Frank Elk tractor, olive green, dried blood on the grill when last seen. Item is capable of vocalized responses or growls and unmanned locomotion. Considered highly aggressive and dangerous. The item first came to the Bureau's attention after the death of William Burrow, owner of the Burrow Farm outside of Trenton, Texas. Local authorities arrived on scene after an employee found the mutilated body of Mr. Burrow beneath his tractor. Police arrived but were immediately driven away by the tractor. Panicked calls to federal authorities were intercepted by Bureau Communications staff. A team was dispatched. Upon arrival, the agents approached the item. It responded by growling like a bear. 3 agents were injured when they tried to detain the item, which escaped. Aerial searches for the item are ongoing. Speaking to Mrs. Burrow only revealed that she had a domestic altercation with Mr. Burrow earlier the night of the incident. Whether these events are connected is currently unknown. Growl like a bear. Was that actually maybe a bear that got transformed into a tractor? Who knows? Right. There is something here. Tractor supplement. A lot of reading. Damn it. A lot of reading. Miscommunication led to a local coroner examining the body of William Burrow. Male Caucasian, 33-year-old man found dead on his property per police report. Remains obtained for coroner's office also include blood, urine, bile, stomach contents, and bone fragments. Autopsy findings: blunt force injuries, head laceration, left ear, cheek, blunt force injuries, extremities, dislocation right knee, complete avulsion of the right upper extremity with associated fracture of the proximal right humerus, extensive trauma, abdominal region, complete evolution of multiple organs, including stomach, heart, liver, pancreas, kidneys, and portion of the large and small intestines, all missing from the scene. Conclusion, it is my opinion that Mr. Burroughs' death is not the result of a mechanical accident, as claimed by authorities. The removal of organs is consistent with animal attack. Yeah, so I think something along the lines, maybe morphed into a bear, attacked him, then morphed back into a tractor. Okay, we have resignation letter. Redacted 2019. To whom it may concern. It is with great anger and regret that I tender my resignation as head of investigation for the Federal Bureau of Control. I do this in protest of the rampant disregard for my department's redacted. My staff cannot continue to work in these conditions. Previous requests and warnings have fallen on deaf ears, so I must now rely on my actions to speak louder than my words ever could. I blame this situation on our redacted, who has routinely ignored my request for assistance in reclaiming the parts of the investigation sector lost to the redacted loose inside. I will never forget the screams of brave agents begging for us to open that firebreak. I will carry that shame for the rest of my days. The redacted has failed his agents. I shall never forgive him for that. Sincerely, William Kirkland. I'm assuming the director has failed his agents. I think that's the last one that it meant in the redacted. Okay, so we need to go that way. There's more collectibles here. Staffing issues. Mr. Dennis. So, yes, there's an increase in AW cases, and yes, it would be a good idea to put together a special task force to examine exactly why that is. However, it seems that a tiny little detail has slipped through the cracks. We don't have the damn staff. If you expect us to detect, investigate, and process more AWE cases, you need to give us more people. It's simple math. Between the staff we lost in the Hartman thing and the ones who left for the other departments after Kirkland quit, we're barely managing to keep up with the workload. Hell, just filing the paperwork for all the altered items we left behind in the sector has been an ordeal. Another thing, and this is going to sound paradoxical, but we have an overcrowding situation. This lobby isn't meant to accommodate a whole sector worth of staff. We put forward a motion to move investigations to a more suitable location months ago. It better not still be sitting on your desk. The people are getting restless, and as Kirkland's interim replacement, it's your job to handle it. Best regards, Agent Grayson. Yeah, that is a bit interesting. Because that means they don't have enough people to deal with all the things. But everybody's like crowded here in this occasion. Because, yeah, I kind of see it is boarded up over there. Okay, more collectibles. Cordial Lake update. Chief Investigator Dennis. It happened again. This third time this year. Something certainly has it out for our redacted. Could be raccoons. The locals certainly complain about them enough, but why the hell would raccoons keep going after monitoring station? Doesn't add up. Anyway, I've got the bureau tech going to the site next week to take a look. Next on the list of recurring problems is the staff at the Lake House Research Station. How am I supposed to effectively keep an eye on redacted lake if they won't let me see any data? Hell, I don't even know what they're researching out there. We need to petition them again to share their info with investigations agents. It's only a matter of time before this redacted hits again, and I want to be prepared. Anyway, if anyone at HQ asks why the Bright Falls report is a little thin this month, tell them it's because we couldn't take any readings. In the meantime, I might invest in some raccoon traps. Sincerely, Agent Estevez. Those damn raccoons. Probably Rocket Raccoon. No. Jesus, okay. 1, 2. That's a chest. At least something different. So 3 more collectibles up here. Right? Yeah, okay. I'll start with this one. Also, any hidden locations? No. Trench, official warning. Kirkland, I'm growing tired of your blatant attempts to lay your incompetence at my doorstep. I know you want this to be true, but you are head of investigations. This failure is your responsibility. What do you think would happen holding a dangerous specimens in investigations? The containment sector exists for a reason. They are better trained and better equipped for this type of work. In fact, they have admirably taken on certain AWE monitoring responsibilities that your staff are no longer capable of. This happens more and more now. And don't think your petty internal investigations have gone past my notice. You are a worm. Everything I've done has been for the benefit of the Bureau. The Prime Candidate program only failed because of Darling. We are both failures plotting against me. You are traitors, but the truth will emerge out of you. You are choosing to become my enemy, Kirkland. You don't want to be. Zachariah Trench, Director of the Federal Bureau of Control. This sounds like it's been written while it's already kinda being corrupted by the hiss. Then Director Investigation. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, the redacted was launched into the redacted of Director Zachariah Trench. A recent change in redacted witnessed in directed Trench, including aggressive redacted when redacted with other staff, has been observed. However, this investigation is aimed at interpreting this issue rather than proving it. Notable, redacted between Director Trench and Dr. Darling has been witnessed by numerous Bureau staff. Although both declined to meet for an interview on the matter, witness accounts suggest their arguments centered around the dimensional research wing and the redacted kept inside. However, no evidence exists to confirm Director Trench's redacted as anything more than interpersonal disagreements. This investigation has concluded that Director Trench's behavior is not indicative of any redacted and that his fitness to lead is not in question. Refer to file redacted for full report. And compiled by redacted. Okay, we don't know who compiled that one. Kinda sounds like he was covering for Trench as well. Underhill background. This is the doctor. Dr. Rhea Underhill is a professor at the University of Woodrow in the United Kingdom, where she teaches biology with a focus on botany. Dr. Underhill once worked with the Bureau as parabotanist stationed in the research sector of the oldest house. She served with no incidents or demerits and is praised by those who formerly worked with her, including Dr. Darling. Dr. Underhill has no known connection to paracriminal organizations or any record of breaching her NDAs since leaving the Bureau. Her civilian behavior has been ideal, with the exception of an ongoing personal relationship with Dr. Darling that appears to have begun during their time as co-workers in the research sector and visited intermittently ever since. Depending on the duration of her work on the oldest house, it may be required to have both parties sign a relationship clearance form. This investigation has found no compelling reason to deny Dr. Darling's request to offer Dr. Underhill an interim position with the aim of finding a solution to the mold threshold issue. Refer to file 7-08-5286 for full report. From Lisa Keenum. A. Oh, something more happening between Underhill and Darling. I mean, hey, that's their issue. Okay, are we kind of done here? There was a lot of collectibles to read. And that will take part from there. Is this to...
There. Now that gate should open.
Okay, yeah. I would have said, like, yeah, the gate needs power if I would have access it. And guess what? There's another collectible there. And specimen escape assessment. The purpose of internal investigation X-039-7 is to examine the containment failure of specimen SI-1 that resulted in the deaths of redacted agents. An inspection report of the containment equipment 3 days earlier showed no faults. Investigators suspect human error to be the cause, yet no department has provided any evidence to support this. Technicians were able to recover the researcher's note on the specimen from internal network. On the redacted of redacted, the specimen began displaying a sharp increase in aggressive redacted. Cross-referencing that date with various logs found only 2 events inconsistent with the sector's daily routine. The air filters were changed, and an hour prior to the incident, a civilian named Alice, redacted, entered the sector regarding an unrelated investigation. See interview 65-F-124. Given their connection to the same AW case, it is likely that Mrs. Redacted's presence is irrelevant to the specimen's escape and to the redacted. Investigation is ongoing. Refer to file 6-23-0421 for full report. Oh. I think I'm talking about Alice Wake, maybe? I kind of doubt it. Right, we claim this control point in...
I'm no detective, but something definitely happened here.
Yeah, and there's... Guess what? More collectibles. Blessed organizations. This group individual has operated outside of the Bureau's notice for decades, perhaps longer, displaying a level of skill and caution rarely seen in prior criminal groups. A review of past cases has found various mentions of their activity over the years. In 2016, a production company called Blessed Pictures was connected to an altered item case, as well as the death of an agent from the exposure to illicit supernatural materials. In 1994, a Los Angeles-based public speaker named Chester Bless was involved in illegal use of an altered item. In 1988, a business called Blessed Repaired and Service was suspected of involvement with an object of power case, perhaps even creating it. None of these businesses or individuals have ever been located. However, their connection to appearances of altered items and objects of powers is too direct to be considered circumstantial. An arrest order has been issued for any persons believed to be involved with the Blessed organization. Refer to file 7-39-0922 for full report. Okay, so this is related to the camera as well and all that. Oh, okay, I guess we're going to the motel.
Do we know each other? This feels familiar. I can't seem to... I've forgotten it. I'm sorry. My name is Alan Wake. Who are you? Who are you? Do I know you?
I'm your friend Tom. Tom Zane. There's nothing to worry about.
Tom. The poet. The diver. You look different.
That was just a role. A character. The protagonist I played in my old film. I'm a filmmaker. An auteur like yourself. We're working on this together, remember? An artistic collaboration. You need a drink. Gibbish.
Endless darkness. Nothing holds still.
But we're very close now. You've been writing. We found a way to escape. It'll work this time.
Riding?
You found a way!
No. I don't... Wait. There's something. It's my double. He's out there. I've seen him.
Yeah. Nothing to worry about. I'm dealing with it. It's fine, my friend. Let me handle him.
You've met him? What the hell?
Now, come on. You misunderstand me.
Okay, that was really trippy.
That was Alan Wake, the writer who went missing in that AWE case I read about. What's he doing here?
That's a good question.
Thomas Zane was with him. The poet. No, wait. He was a filmmaker. I always remember that wrong.
But we both. Right, neither of these doors are open. So this is certainly different. Okay, and both doors are open. Yes, I'm assuming in harmony. Okay, nothing else I can interact with. I cannot interact with the TVs or the radio anymore. Everything seems to be the same, right? I think that's the idea. Is the third door open now? Okay, now it is. You got the key, right?
Dr. Emil Hartman, devoured by hungry darkness, became the thing that had been Hartman. Broke loose, killed everyone it could, lurking, roaming, waiting. Then something else came, a resonance. The thing that had been Hartman went through another change.
Okay. Let's see if we have... Yeah.
Dr. Emil Hartman was desperate. The Federal Bureau of Control had stolen his life's work. This was his last chance, his final experiment. What he'd been too scared to do before. Hartman dove into the lake, was taken, devoured by hungry darkness, became the thing that had been Hartman. Only an echo of him remained, fragmented impulses on autoplay, violent, bloodthirsty darkness in the driver's seat. Emerging from the lake, the thing was captured by the FBC, brought in, contained, studied. The thing broke loose, killed everyone it could. The FBC fell back and sealed the sector. The thing was alone in the dark, lurking, roaming, waiting. Then something else came. Not darkness, but similar enough. A sound, a resonance. It shouldn't be a surprise. If there's one, why not another? The darkness inside the thing could have been immune, could have resisted, fought, could have been passed by, passed through with no effect. But it didn't, and it wasn't. Maybe it had grown weaker over time, not aged. It was timeless, but weaker with no link to its source. A metamorphosis followed. The thing that had been Hartman went through another change.
So, what's Lucy's Hartman investigation? And I'm assuming the thing that came after the resonance is referring to Jesse. right? And I think that's the idea here. Unless something else came before us. Right, we need to go all in the middle, but I guess this is not opening. Nope, it is kinda destroyed. Oh, I thought we were going through the left side and then in the middle, and I said, oh, that's a lot of things we need to explore before that. No. Okay, we need to go all the way down there. And you know, I don't need to make a pit stop there. Because I have enough time on the levitate. And let's just drop down. Yikes. Okay. That's a way to go. Let's actually stay with this one for now.
Damp and abandoned. Why did Wake want me to come here?
I don't know. I guess we'll find out, eh? Oh, hi. Anybody else? Oh, I thought these were stairs. No, they're not. Hello? Right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Go cry in a corner. Okay, nothing in this one. So, can I just squeeze through?
That doesn't look like a house shift.
Whoa.
Do I even want to know?
Yeah, this is trippy. That is trippy. No secrets or anything, right? Still gonna... Yeah, still doing this. Right. Okay, I guess we're fighting. See you guys. You're still here? There's somebody with a shield. Was. We're still not done. It is actually.
Of course, the Hiss are already in here.
Hello. That's a secret over there. There's one. No collectibles inside here. Just gonna check here. This was towards the chest. Cool. There is one here.
Whoa. Looks like the house has gotten a little wild in here.
It looks like there was a chest. Cool. Just take this one. Hartman arrest. Offender's name, Hartman Emil. Victims' names, Wake, Alan, Anderson, Thor, Anderson. Odin, redacted, Lane, Rudolph, Desolé, Wendy, Emerson, Thomas, redacted. Officer's name, Dennis, Special Agent Remy. Charges, Code 4, kidnapping of altered individuals, 1 count. Code 8, sanctions against altered organization, 1 count. Code 37, obstruction of Bureau investigation, 1 count. Code 74, breaching the Ash Act, 6 counts. Offender's property seized as evidence to be used in conjunction with an ongoing AWE investigation. Offender's personal effects have been sent to research for analysis. After being cleared by Bureau researchers, all victims have been released. Biannual surveillance orders were assigned to each except the Anderson brothers due to their senility and Wake, possibly deceased. I think Wake is kinda deceased. He's somewhere, but definitely not dead. Unless he is already recording on his part. Okay, and then what gossip? Hello, my feet gossip at night and now I have to wear shoes to bed. Sincerely, me. I don't think I want to know what's that about. I know in this game probably we're gonna find out what's that all about. Okay, wasn't there... I thought there was another level up top. Yeah, the house is all shifted around. Unfortunately.
This darkness is blocking the door. So now I have to deal with an interdimensional noise and sentient shadows.
Yep. Just a normal day. So, okay, nothing here except... Yeah, I'm not seeing any other prompts. Is this powerful enough? Is that what you're telling me?
Light burns it away, huh? Makes sense.
I guess it does. Okay, so we need to go on top. Right, but I might have another fight here. Nope, okay. No spawns just yet. I'm gonna leave it here for this episode. In the first in the investigation or AWE DLC. That certainly is weird. And we'll continue next time. It was a lot of reading. Gotta say, a bit too much for me as well. Like cramped together in a short area. But yeah, we'll see what is gonna happen in the next episodes. So for now, hopefully you enjoyed this episode, guys. As always, don't forget to take care.